Ladies and gentlemen, Star Wars might just be back. Yesterday, Disney dropped their first trailer for their new Star Wars show, Maul the Shadow Lord, and it is looking good. Usually, whenever a new Disney show gets announced, Marvel or Star Wars, I really try and keep my expectations in check because, let's be honest, we've been let down way too many times by this company. But this time, I seriously can't help it. This trailer actually feels like they're finally giving fans something we've been asking for. So here is everything you need to know about Maul the Shadow Lord and why you should absolutely be excited for it. The show is being developed and produced by Dave Filoni and primarily written by Matt Michnovetz. I really hope I'm pronouncing that right. But hearing this immediately raised my confidence level like 10 times. Because if there's anyone who understands this era and these characters, it's Filoni. And Matt Michnovetz is the guy who wrote the iconic Pong Krell Umbara arc in Clone Wars. So that's all I need to hear. Timeline wise, the show takes place after the Clone Wars but before Rebels, which is a time period I've always wanted them to explore. And this is Maul in the early years of the Galactic Empire, after he's escaped Ahsoka Tano's custody during Order 66. So this is very much when the galaxy is still settling in to Imperial rule. And instead of focusing on Jedi, Sith, or rebellion politics, this show will be diving headfirst into the criminal underworld of Star Wars, which in my opinion has been severely underutilized and explored in Star Wars media. The story will follow Maul as he attempts to build his criminal empire, Crimson Dawn, operating out of a planet called Janix, a world untouched by the Empire and is basically a goldmine for crime, power, and chaos. And this will be Maul in full crime lord mode, calculating, patient, and ruthless, working in the shadows as the Empire tightens its grip on the galaxy. However, the part of the show that I am most excited for is that we will also be seeing Maul as he searches for a new apprentice, which I think means that we will finally be seeing at least some of George Lucas's original idea for the sequels, as I'm guessing the Twi'lek we saw in the trailers is going to eventually become Darth Talon. And yes, Maul will not be operating uncontested. This series will also feature clashes with the Inquisitors with familiar faces like Marek, which I think makes a ton of sense given how dangerous Maul still is at this point in time. And of course, Sam Witwer is back voicing Maul, which I think is non-negotiable and absolutely the right call. I mean, no one understands this character like he does, and hearing his voice in the trailer got me so excited. And visually, the animation looks incredible and a little different from what we're used to. It looks like they're going for a more stylized, darker, and edgier version of animation than what we're used to in the Clone Wars and Rebels. But what excites me the most is that this show feels focused. It's not just another story about trying to save the entire galaxy. Instead, it feels like it's a character-driven crime story about one of the most fascinating figures in Star Wars, set during one of the most morally gray periods in the entire timeline. And if this show delivers on what the trailer is promising, Maul the Shadow Lord might just be one of the best Star Wars projects we've gotten in years. And maybe it's even a sign that Star Wars has finally found its footing again.